I've always preferred mythology to history. History is truth that becomes an illusion. Mythology is an illusion that becomes reality. This is a quote by Jean Cocteau, and I'm sure whoever he first shared it with said true and real. The Greek gods were the original soap opera or professional wrestling storyline. Everything they did and experienced in mythology was over the top and exaggerated, but represented something primal and dormant in the people of civilized society. And don't come for me with all the weird and unhinged shit that happens in Greek mythology for saying that either. Not everything reflects everyone. I'm just saying it was entertaining for a reason. So what better characters for a video game, right? Especially one where you die constantly and begin again. You have so much to work with. You'll never run out of story, and this game never does. I know the roguelike genre is a fairly young one and has some heavy hitters that sit atop Mount Olympus for most people, but for my money, I would say that this is among the greatest of roguelike games ever made. Hades is as close to a perfect game as I've experienced. You play as Zagreus, son of Hades, the god of the underworld, and your goal is to escape from said underworld. You start out in the House of Hades, with a handful of areas to explore and characters to talk to and build relationships with, both platonic and romantic. And this is a very deep mechanic. You progress over your many trips back each time you fail to reach the surface on your journey, and more areas and more characters are added over time. As you make your way to the surface, you encounter boons that are gifts from the gods, who all think your dad is an a-hole and want to help you out of pure disdain for the dude. Each time you find one, it will trigger a conversation with whichever god the boon is associated with, and will give you a choice of 3 random buffs that you can use for your current run. And these conversations, like all conversations in the game, are fully voiced and incredibly well. It's insane. Approximately 305,443 words of dialogue, according to a Game Rant article from 2020. The combat is fluid and fun, with each of the layers of the underworld having its own assortment of enemies, bosses, and a unique aesthetic. There are multiple weapons to unlock, each one lending itself to a different playstyle, and each playstyle having tons of possible customizations with the RNG of the boons found on your current run. It never gets old. The gameplay loop is satisfying as hell. I love this game. It's one of my favorites. When I picked it back up for a refresher before writing this, I played it all day. It's available on all current platforms for the MSRP of $25 US. And it's most definitely worth it. I usually just say whether I recommend a game or not at the end of these, but this one is different. It's one of the best. It gets my gold stamp of dude, get this game. The sequel Hades 2 has been announced, but as of writing this, it doesn't have a release date. But I pray to the gods that by the time it nears, I will be able to score an advanced review copy and be lucky enough to give you guys a day one review. So on that note, if you'd enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and maybe even leave a comment to get my internet weight up. And I'll see you later. Peace.